celebration. Bay hitting his first 6 triples of the game and propelling the Pistons to a third straight win, 121-117 on the road against the Pacers. Bay with 31 points in 23 minutes and only missing 2 of his 9 shots from beyond the arc.
We want to lead into next year and this summer. Probably want to lead in a positive note, have some momentum going into the summer. We all are excited for the rest of these few games, try to stay in the present, but also the trajectory that we're on for next year. So I think that's something that we want to take pride in.
Also, the newest Piston, Carson Edwards, coming in to score 13 off the bench after signing a 2-year deal with the team. Detroit rising in the standings, though, now 3 games better than Houston and Orlando, and only 1 game worse than the Pacers in the loss column. A 6th straight loss for the Red Wings, giving up 2 empty netters in Ottawa for their 2nd straight 5-2 setback to the Senators. Dylan Larkin scored his 29th goal, Rasmussen with his 10th. A big loss for the Wolverines in the 2023 recruiting class, as 4-star tight end Andrew Rassier says on social media that he's rescinding his commitment to U of M and flipping to Penn State, saying that he committed too quickly originally and his heart lies with the Nittany Lions. And South Carolina winning the NCAA women's basketball national title with a dominant 64-49 win over UConn. The men's championship game is tonight between Kansas and North Carolina. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Millar for more. Stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning. It is a Monday. Opening day is Friday. It is the Stoney and Jansen program. Greg Hargrave back from vacation. Good to see him. Gov is here. Heather Park. John making his debut. Color analyst along with Doug Karsh. Good to see him out there on Saturday. What's happening?
It was a great day to be in the big house. Happy Monday morning. Greg, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm sure a nice little respite. Being away for a week.
It was good, and it was good to get away. And we went up to Great Wolf Lodge for 4 days, which was just at about the point of diminishing returns. 1 day would have been too much.
Yes.
Another day.
Yes.
Was it 4 days or 4 nights?
It's essentially 4 days and nights. We got there Saturday afternoon, about 2 o'clock.
And then you probably maximized the last day you were there before checkout. Hit the pool one more time, maybe get a buffet in.
No, because that was Wednesday, and that was pretty much get up, pack, breakfast,
Get the hell out.
Yeah.
Time to
4 nights at that place is quite a feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of energy. A lot of energy. A lot of wet bathing suits in the morning. That might be the worst thing about going to a water park for vacation is the bathing suit, because I generally only take one. It never dries out quite enough, and then the next morning it's really cold.
Maybe you should take 2.
Okay, you take 2.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
still not sure over 2 days one would dry out completely. It seems like they always stay wet. But the next morning, anyway, if you put on a wet bathing suit,
Yeah.
it is a miserable moment.
Yes, I agree. No doubt about it. Well, it was a strange weekend sports-wise around here. Some good, mostly bad, if you ask me, including the Pistons won both their games over
How
the weekend.
dare they, those jerks?
Well, Friday night they played Oklahoma City, who basically was thrown in a CYO team. Basically, they couldn't beat a G League team because the Pistons tried to tank the right way. I mean, Cunningham, Stewart, and Bay combined for 15 points, but they were still able to win. Yesterday, they took on Indiana, and they win 121-117. And I'm so mixed on this because I know it's at stake. I know how good it feels to win games. And, Cunningham didn't play, Bagley out, Grant out, Diallo out, even Corey Joseph didn't play yesterday. So they were trying to do the right thing, but Saddiq Bey comes out on fire, hits his first 6 threes, ends up with 31 points in 23 minutes. And the Pistons end up scoring themselves. But well, hold on. Finish here. I don't know what they could have done otherwise, except the only thing I will say, and I have friends say, well, they should have even played Betty. No,
bench them all.
No, you can't bench them all. You have to play the G League teams get ready for the playoffs. I mean, hell, they even signed Carson Edwards yesterday. He shows up at 3 o'clock and he plays. He gets double figures. I mean, really, here's a team, the Pistons, the worst three-point shooting team
instead of 12.5 for that number 14. But I think they're looking really good for at worst fourth worst because the Indiana Pacers. I mean, there's 3 games left.
Like the Pistons,
They have to win out.
right? The Pistons should lose all 3, and not even on purpose. They're playing Dallas and Milwaukee now, who are in playoff seeding races, so they want to win the games. The question will be the last game of the season, how much Philadelphia has to play for. But we saw what happened. They did a lot to play for last week, and then the Pistons still beat them. So look, I'm not going crazy about it. It would have been better for them if they would have won or lost yesterday, but whatever. So it was incredible to watch in early on. The Wings, on the other hand, they keep dropping down on the side. And they play no joy, as Dylan Larkin said. He lost back-to-back 5-2 games to Ottawa, although yesterday was a little better because it was only 3-2 and they had 2 empty net goals. So Rasmussen and Larkin scoring, and they're tied for the 9th. I'm not even going to forget about that right now. They're just not very good, and the season can't end quickly enough. Unfortunately for them, they have 14 more games left, something like that.
13.
Yeah. The Pistons only have 3 left. The Tigers, they lost as well this preseason.
Yeah.
8-7. Casey Mize gave up 3 solo home runs, 4 1/3 innings, and those 3 hits. The problem with the Tigers is, as we found out on Saturday, and AJ Hinch will join us at 8 o'clock, and we'll talk about that and some other stuff, and that is the Riley Green situation. People were just so looking forward to seeing him play. Obviously, Torkelson made the club. It looked like Green was going to make it as well. And, to fracture a foot, especially he didn't realize he did it. He fouled it off his foot.
Yeah.
Then he hits a triple, right? And then he realizes, my foot hurts, goes off on a walking beat.
Yeah.
And they find out his foot is fractured 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah. Non-displacement.
Yes,
so it
no
doesn't
surgery.
need to have surgery.
Right.
And he is a young fella. So I think it'll probably be on the shorter end of that because he'll be getting treatment on it. He is young, and youth matters when it comes to injuries and healing. It just does. So I think it'll be on the shorter end of that 6 to 8 weeks. How cautious they are in bringing him back, that'll determine, probably a little bit of it as well. But I mean, we were together on Saturday,
Yes.
right? And I loved your line of, we just can't have nice things.
I know.
Because this isn't going to determine the success or failure of the Tigers' baseball season.
No.
But the excitement coming into the season, the reason that we were so upset about the lockout was we wanted to see some of the nice things that we thought we were going to have here in Detroit. Now we get to see Spencer Torkelson.
Right.
Okay, excited, can't wait for Friday. Everybody else, the pitching staff, can't wait for Friday. But Riley Green was another one of those, can't wait for Friday, and now we can't wait for 6 to 8 weeks from Friday.
What they're going to miss the most about Riley Green, to me, is in the field, is defensively. As good as he's been hitting,
He's been playing really well.
He's been playing great defense. He's got great speed. So now, Victor Reyes will play center. They try to do a little bit. We'll ask AJ Hitch about his plans for that. But it just sucks. And then I'm sure I'm not alone on this island, but when you see Oakland with their fire sale, trade Minaya to San Diego for 2 prospects that, depending on who you believe, both of them definitely were not in their top 9. One of them might have been 10 on one rating service, but the other one was, either 18th or 20th. That the Tigers couldn't have offered more. Maybe they didn't want to. Maybe Oakland didn't like the Tigers' prospect list. I don't know. Now, he will be a free agent at the end of the year. Maybe that has something to do with it. Montez is still out there for them to get, maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen. And that's a little disappointing. But like I said, it was not a great weekend sports-wise.
I was really, to steal the words of Commissioner Harbaugh, which he was referred to during the broadcast on Saturday, I was bitterly disappointed when I saw this. And I just happened, my timing, I went to the gym Saturday morning, came home, made some breakfast, was eating it, got on the laptop while I was eating it, and just, perusing around, seeing what's going on, and this literally happened. And it was a gut punch. I don't know. I cannot wait to see this kid play, and I'm excited about Torkelson too, and I'm excited about the season. I hope people a little cautious and patient here with this team, but this sucks.
Stoney, what do you think his reaction was?
I'm glad that the laptop's
Is his laptop still surviving?
Oh, come on.
I know.
No, literally, it was probably I was a little speechless and probably had a real sad face.
Yeah, it sucked.
Such a bummer.
Yeah.
You coming up Friday night and you had the fire Blashill chance at the LCA, and like you said, the Pistons are winning, and how much does that really matter?
Right.
We don't know. They could still win the lottery.
True.
It's just, I don't know. I'm sick of this in this town.
Right.
I want good.
Exactly. With the draft coming up, and then we'll get to this later, I get to see on the field at the Big House a guy who I think is better suited to be the Lions' backup quarterback than the one they have, being Colin Kaepernick, and of course that ain't going to happen, I don't think.
There's a team that I think he would be a really good fit for. And we'll get to that, but whenever we want. I kept looking at the list.
Coming up next,
That's about your perfect fit for Doug, because Doug would have just nailed that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we compliment each other. And when we come back, we'll talk about that compliment.
Yes. And the spring game, the John Jansen debut as well. Like I mentioned, AJ Hinch will join us at 8 o'clock. It is the Stoney and Jansen program, 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, you want to get away, relax, and just simply have a good time? Get to the D Las Vegas for everything you need. At the D, you can enjoy all the comforts of a high-end Las Vegas hotel with all the energy and nightlife you're looking for. Remember, if you want a steak, the best one in Vegas, you got to get to Andiamo Steakhouse. It's right there. Or hit American Coney Island for something a bit more casual, and then head out to enjoy all the fun and on the world-famous Fremont Street. And I'll tell you what, it is as entertaining a street as you are going to find in the world. I thought it was awesome. The D and 24 Seconds are teaming up right now until April the 8th. Stop by 24 Seconds for a chance to win a trip for two for a 4-night stay at the D Las Vegas for opening week of NFL football. Included in the trip, airfare for two, limo transportation to and from the airport, complimentary daybed at Stadium Swim, dinner for two at Andiamo, and watch the NFL all day on opening Sunday with Derek Stevens in his suite at the Circa Sportsbook. It's a great package. Head into 24 Seconds and scan the QR code to enter the D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket.